Welcome everyone! In this video, let's follow a young man on his incredible journey of building a cozy cabin deep in a snowy forest using nothing but wooden pallets. Watch how he transforms these simple materials into a charming shelter. Stay with us until the end to see the final result. He began his build by thoughtfully arranging multiple wooden pallets to form a broad, sturdy foundation for the floor. Each pallet was carefully positioned and aligned to ensure stability and balance, creating a spacious platform that would serve as the base of the house. Once the pallets were securely in place, he moved on to the next step, reinforcing the structure by adding a layer of thick wooden planks across the top. These planks were nailed down tightly, covering all the open gaps between the pallets and forming a smooth, flat surface. This process not only improved the floor's appearance, but also significantly increased its durability and load-bearing strength. With great attention to detail, he made sure every piece fit snugly, resulting in a firm and level surface that would support everything to come. This solid, hand-built floor became the first major milestone in his journey of transforming a stack of pallets into a warm, Next, he joined several wooden beams together to form strong, sturdy pillars. These pillars served as the main supports for the structure. With the vertical supports firmly in place, he began constructing the wall frames. Each frame was carefully measured and assembled to fit the layout of the house, ensuring both stability and symmetry. Using only simple tools and raw materials, he steadily raised the skeleton of the house, one section at a time. On top of the wall frames, he added a series of triangular roof trusses to shape the upper structure of the house. These triangular frames were carefully measured and constructed to create the classic pitched roof design, allowing snow and rain to slide off easily. In one corner of the house, he began constructing a raised base for the kitchen stove using natural stones. One by one, he carefully stacked the stones on top of each other, choosing each piece for its shape and stability. With patience and precision, he built up the layers until a solid and elevated platform began to take shape. This stone base not only provided a strong and fire-resistant foundation for the stove, but also added a rustic, earthy touch to the interior. He then gathered moist soil and kneaded it thoroughly to create a thick, sticky mud mixture. This natural mortar would serve as the binding agent for the next step. Using handmade bricks, he carefully arranged them into a square-shaped fire pit to form the heart of the kitchen stove. Each brick was laid with precision, and the muddy mixture was applied generously between the gaps to hold everything firmly in place. The combination of bricks and mud created a strong and heat-resistant structure, ideal for containing fire and supporting cooking pots. With this simple yet effective method, he built a functional and durable fire pit, adding another essential element to his handcrafted forest home. Above the fire pit, he installed a sturdy support frame to hold the stove. This support frame was carefully constructed to sit firmly on the brick structure, creating a solid base for the pots and pans. Made of metal, the support frame is designed to withstand heat and weight, ensuring safety and functionality. Connected to the stove, He continued by using more bricks to build a chimney that would guide the smoke safely out of the house. Each brick was carefully stacked and sealed with the same mud mixture, ensuring a tight and secure bond. The chimney rose steadily from the back of the fire pit, gradually taking shape as a vertical tunnel for smoke ventilation. This structure was essential not only for keeping the interior smoke-free, but also for improving airflow and combustion within the stove. With this addition, the kitchen became both safer and more efficient, reflecting his thoughtful approach to every detail of the home's construction. Around the entire wooden frame of the house, he carefully secured a layer of waterproof sheeting. This moisture-resistant material was wrapped tightly over the wall frames, covering every side to create a protective barrier against rain and snow. He fixed the sheeting firmly in place, making sure there were no gaps or loose edges that could let water seep through. This crucial step helped shield the wooden structure from moisture damage, increasing the durability and lifespan of the house. On the walls of the house, he nailed evenly spaced horizontal wooden battens, creating a solid base for attaching the exterior wall cladding. Each batten was carefully measured and positioned to ensure consistent spacing, providing both structural support and a clean surface for mounting the finishing materials. This wooden framework not only added strength to the walls, but also made it easier to attach the cladding securely and evenly. With this preparation complete, the walls were ready to be covered, giving the house a more polished and weather-resistant exterior. Using the wooden pallets, he sawed them down into shorter, evenly sized planks. Each piece was carefully measured and cut to ensure uniformity, creating a stack of neatly trimmed boards ready for use. By repurposing the pallet wood in this way, he made the most of the available materials, preparing them for the next phase of construction, cladding the walls and enhancing the overall appearance of the house. With the stack of neatly cut wooden planks ready, he began cladding the walls from the bottom up. Starting at the base of the house, he carefully nailed each small plank vertically, placing them side by side with no gaps in between. This close arrangement not only created a tight seal, but also gave the walls a clean, uniform look. Once the first row was completed, he moved on to the next, overlapping each new row slightly over the one below it. This method of layering ensured that rainwater would run down the surface without seeping in between the boards, a simple but highly effective technique often used in traditional wooden construction. Row by row, he patiently worked his way upward, with each plank fitting snugly into place. Over time, the bare framework of the house disappeared behind a beautifully textured wall of warm, natural wood. The overlapping design added both depth and protection, turning the once exposed structure into a weather-resistant and visually appealing shelter. Through this careful and deliberate process, he gave the house a handcrafted charm, while also preparing it to withstand the challenges of the forest's snowy climate. Throughout the process, he had skillfully left openings for the windows and doors, carefully measuring and framing each one as he worked. With this major step finished, the core structure of the cabin was officially complete, sturdy, weather-resistant, and ready for the next phases of transformation. For the roof, he used the same careful technique as with the walls. Starting from the bottom edge of the roof frame, he laid wooden planks horizontally. Each plank was positioned tightly next to the others, and as he moved upward, he slightly overlapped each new row over the one beneath it. This overlapping method helped rain and snow slide off easily, preventing moisture from seeping through the gaps. The result was a fully covered roof made entirely of hand-cut wooden planks, both functional and visually striking. With the exterior of the house now fully formed, the structure standing strong beneath its new roof and wooden walls, he stepped inside to enjoy the warmth of his creation. In the corner where he had built the stone stove, he gathered some dry twigs and kindling, then gently lit a fire. The flames flickered to life, casting a cozy glow across the room and bringing a sense of comfort to the rustic space. As the fire crackled, he placed a simple pot over the flame and began preparing a modest lunch. There were no fancy ingredients, just a few basics, but in the quiet of the forest and the shelter of his hand-built home, it was more than enough. The smell of food mixed with the scent of burning wood filled the small kitchen, making the moment feel peaceful and rewarding. Inside the house, he continued his careful work by cladding the interior walls with wooden planks. These planks were placed horizontally, each one fitted snugly against the next to create a smooth, seamless surface. The warm tone of the wood added a natural, inviting feel to the space, giving the interior a sense of comfort and craftsmanship. Before sealing up each section, he took time to fill the gaps between the outer and inner wall layers with dry straw. This natural material acted as insulation, helping to keep the house warm during the cold forest nights and cool during the day. Packed tightly into every open cavity, the straw formed a protective barrier against the outside air. This simple yet effective method of insulating the walls showcased his resourcefulness and understanding of traditional building techniques. He moved steadily along each wall of the house, carefully repeating the same process with precision and patience. Plank by plank, he lined the interior with horizontal wooden boards, making sure each one fit tightly against the next. As he worked his way around the space, the raw frame of the structure slowly disappeared behind a smooth, uniform wooden surface. Bit by bit, the inside of the house was transformed into a warm and well-insulated living space. By the time he reached the final wall, the entire interior had taken on a finished, cozy look, a testament to his dedication, attention to detail, and deep connection to the home he was building by hand. In the same careful manner, he turned his attention to the ceiling. Just like the walls, he covered the underside of the roof with horizontal wooden planks, placing each one tightly against the next to form a clean, continuous surface overhead. Before sealing each section, he also filled the gaps between the roof and the ceiling with dry straw, using it as natural insulation to keep the heat in and the cold out. This layer of straw, hidden between the boards and the rooftop, added another level of comfort and protection to the home. The bed and furniture inside the house were also crafted using repurposed wooden pallets, staying true to the resourceful spirit of the entire build. With creativity and care, he selected the sturdiest pallet boards and began assembling them into functional handmade pieces. With these additions, the interior was no longer just a shelter. It had become a livable, welcoming space where he could eat, rest, and find comfort in the home he built with his own two hands. To complete the structure and ensure warmth and privacy, he built a front door for the main entrance. Using the same pallet wood he had relied on throughout the project, he selected the strongest and straightest planks, cutting them to size and arranging them tightly side by side. Once the boards were aligned, he reinforced the back of the door with diagonal cross bracing for added strength and durability. After assembling the door, he carefully mounted it onto a wooden frame at the entrance, using strong hinges to allow it to swing open and close smoothly. As he stepped back to check the final fit, the door closed with a satisfying sound, sealing the cabin from the cold outside air. To finish the front door, he added a simple yet functional wooden handle, carving and smoothing it by hand to match the rustic style of the home. Just like the walls and ceiling, he filled the gaps between the wooden planks on the door with dry straw. With the house now fully completed, sturdy walls, a solid roof, a functioning door, and a cozy interior, he turned his focus toward preparing for the days ahead. Knowing the forest winters could be harsh, he lit a fire in the stove, letting the warmth fill the newly built home. Outside, he set to work cutting firewood. With steady hands and measured swings, he sawed through thick logs, turning them into manageable pieces to store for cold. Each log was stacked neatly in a sheltered corner near the house, creating a growing pile of fuel that would keep him warm and fed through the snowy nights. And so, the house was finally complete, a warm, hand-built shelter, standing strong in the heart of the snowy forest. With the walls sealed, the roof in place, and the firewood stacked, the last touches had been made. The once bare framework had transformed into a cozy, livable home filled with the marks of patience, skill, and determination. Satisfied with his work, he stepped inside, where the gentle warmth of the stove still lingered. In the simple kitchen corner he had built with stone, mud, and care, he prepared a meal. The fire crackled softly beneath the pot as he stirred, surrounded by the scent of wood, earth, and food. It was a humble dish, but in that moment within the shelter of his own creation, it was more than enough. The journey of building was complete, and the life within it had just begun. He sat down with his freshly cooked meal, the warmth of the fire gently filling the room and casting soft shadows across the wooden walls. Surrounded by the scent of food and the quiet crackle of the flames, he took his first bites in the comfort of his new home. As he finished his simple meal, a sense of peace settled over him. He leaned back to rest, letting his body relax after days of building in the cold. Thank you for accompanying him on this journey. If you like, don't forget to leave a like and a subscription so you don't miss the next videos. Goodbye and see you again.